This is one of 5 prisoner of war camps in Ukraine, and the Ukrainian authorities won't tell us how many POWs they have. But what we do know is that there's a mix of Russians who were captured as well as foreign nationals from third countries. And increasingly, many of those fighters have been from Africa. A vast Kremlin-linked network of recruiters is pulling in thousands of mercenaries from across the African continent to fight and die for Russia in Ukraine. The lucky few who survive end up here, where 1 in 10 are foreign fighters, according to Ukrainian officials. But the ramifications of what's happening go far beyond this European theater of war. The African recruits and other internationals are helping Russia increase its battlefield numbers. But that's not just a problem for Ukraine. They're leaving their homelands in such high numbers, particularly in some countries in Africa, that it's becoming a security issue there.
Cameroon.
So many troops from Cameroon have joined up that the Cameroonian Defense Ministry ordered its officers to, quote, immediately take appropriate measures against desertion. All men in uniform are now banned from traveling abroad without special permission, according to this March document, which was provided to NewsHour by Atlantic Council fellow Ali Ibrahimi.
The Cameroonian government are feeling vulnerable. They're fighting on 4 fronts at least. Pirates on the coast, Central African rebels in the east, English-speaking separatists in the south, ISIS and Boko Haram that are on the march in the north of the country. They can't afford to be losing any soldiers, let alone their most skilled soldiers, let alone their special forces, who we know are going to Ukraine, they're fighting in Ukraine, and they're dying in Ukraine.
Non, ça va. Je suis du Cameroun. Je suis venu ici en Russie.
While it's hard to know exactly how many men have enlisted, reportedly as many as 100 are dead or missing in action. Their loved ones now search for them across social media, posting pictures like these in the hopes that they'll be identified. Petro Yatsenko from Ukraine's coordination headquarters for the treatment of prisoners of war says that over the past few months he's seen an increase of foreign fighters at camps like this one. We know why the Russian government is recruiting foreigners to fight in its military. They need more men. But why are these people agreeing to fight for Russia? I mean, the numbers of people being killed on the battlefield is huge.
Russia needs more and more cannon fodder. They never say the truth for these foreign mercenaries. They promise them a very big salaries. They promise them to be very far from the front line. In fact, they were thrown to the front line, to this kill zone, to the very hard conditions to survive.
Mohammed Imra, age 26, is originally from Egypt. He says an army recruiter promised him a Russian passport, but after just 3 days of fighting, he ran out of ammo and was captured, along with another mercenary from Egypt, but not before seeing his comrade die right next to him.
It was first time to me. It was too much hard, no? And you see him like just die and you can't do anything. You can't help him, you can't do anything.
Ukrainian military officials report a flood of mercenaries like these 2 men on the front lines in the past year and say most don't survive more than a month. Recruited from countries such as Uganda, Kenya, Togo, and South Africa, over 1,400 citizens of 36 African states are currently fighting for Russia, according to Ukraine's foreign ministry. Russian recruiters target active duty servicemen across African countries, promising salaries 10 times what they make at home, sign-up bonuses upwards of $2,000, and even Russian passports.
A Russian man from Cameroon will go serve in the special military.
And it's not just Russia that's growing more dependent on mercenaries and private military companies, or PMCs. Brahimi warns of a growing mercenary storm, with Russia's tactics capturing the attention of both American defense firms and the White House. Reportedly, the Trump administration is considering private sector solutions for problems as varied as peacekeeping in Ukraine to security along America's southern border. In Gaza, the White House has already come under fire for using military contractors to distribute food aid.
It's part of this broader phenomenon where the private security industry is now a go-to option to solve thorny security problems.
So are we seeing the Trump administration echo what Russia has used PMCs for?
This very much fits in with the general ethos of the Trump administration, and particularly his commitment to ending U.S. military commitments abroad.
And in Ukraine, the number of foreign combatants keeps climbing. The vast majority of captured foreign fighters end up in legal limbo, with neither Russia nor their home countries interested in trading for them. That leaves these men stuck in prisons for months, even years. Richard Kanu is a 42-year-old former soldier from Sierra Leone who was captured after 2 weeks of fighting. That was more than a year and a half ago. So what would you say to other young men from Africa who are thinking about coming to Russia to join the military?
Even when I'm here now, still Africans are signing contracts for Russians, because for now we have no hope. We don't have someone who can plead on our behalf how to get out of this place, and this is not the life I want to live.
But as long as there are young men from some of the world's poorest countries dreaming of escaping the life at home, there will be no shortage of men fighting someone else's war for pay. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Simon Ostrovsky in Western Ukraine.